Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, we are still dealing with that major storm, which has already dumped more than a foot of snow in our immediate area and a lot more in other places.
For sure, we're just trying to get through it. Now let's get right to a first check of our forecast and see what the rest of the night looks like.
All right, let's start here. Winter storm warnings for everybody tonight into tomorrow as well. We'll get some more rain in here tomorrow before tonight with temperatures down below freezing. We'll likely have some significant snow across our region this evening into early parts of tomorrow. Here's the radar now, a very active radar, but there are a few breaks in the snow across our region currently. The darker blue colors are moderate to heavy snow. This will fill in again overnight tonight, though, so there's more snow to come and also some rain showers in there as well. All part of a huge system now across our region. It has ties to the tropics right now down near Cuba, so lots of moisture yet to get through tonight and through tomorrow and also throughout the day on Saturday. All right, the wind northeasterly now around 13 to 15 miles per hour. We'll get some gusts near 35 tonight. We have those wind gusts near 35, the heavy wet snow in the trees. That's giving us power concerns across the region tonight into tomorrow. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is lots of clouds out there, windy too, rain and snow showers, heavy at times, with low temperatures in the 30s. Your full forecast is coming up.
All right, and that weather outside also causing some massive power outages in parts of our state. So let's take a look at those numbers now. Versant Power showing roughly 4,500 customers without power. Some of the hardest hit spots, Deer Isle, Cutler, and Brooksville.
Things looking much worse on the CMP side with more than 280,000 customers without power right now. Cumberland and York counties are very hard hit with more than 80,000 customers without power apiece. And in our region, Lincoln County very hard hit, 22,000 CMP customers without power there.
And with so many Mainers still without power, restoration efforts are expected to take days. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with Maine's two major power providers to learn more.
Right now, we know we've gotten a lot of snow, we've gotten some wind, and that's expected to continue throughout the entire day today.
Maine's two power companies, CMP and Versant, are both experiencing major outages, with CMP experiencing over 300,000 customers without power around the peak of the storm, and Versant experiencing over 10,000 customers without power.
With extensive damage, we can't even get out there and work yet because the storm is still progressing through our area.
CMP and Versant both say this will be a multi-day restoration effort, with today focusing mainly on public safety situations.
Tomorrow is going to be a big day for restoration. So today the storm will progress throughout the day. We'll assess damage. We'll help first responders with those public safety issues. And then tomorrow we expect to be out in full force.
The biggest problem currently is that this is a heavy, wet snow falling on trees and power lines.
One of our head arborists said it's the worst snow loading on trees. That's when the snow builds up on branches. The worst snow loading that she has seen in her entire career.
Always like to remind folks that it's never safe to try and help clear any tree limbs or trees that have fallen that are in contact with the line. We have to make sure it's safe, so we have to come and de-energize that line before you come and make those repairs to your yard or clean up your yard.
Minor adds, if you do experience an outage, contact your power company, not 911.
In the previous storm, a lot of customers were calling 911 to report the outage. And you should only call 911 if there is a real emergency, if there's a fire, if there is an immediate danger. If you have a power outage, you can call us at 973-2000, or you can use the online tool to report your outage on our website.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, crews over at the Bangor International Airport have certainly been working around the clock since the snow started falling to ensure the safety of all travelers. Our Grace Blanchard has that story.
We have staff working on the field 24/7 to make sure that the runways and taxiways are clear.
The Bangor International Airport is always prepared for winter weather, even in April. Their storm prep begins long before the snow hits the ground.
Extremely important because, again, once we are able to clear the runways and surfaces, then we're able to receive aircraft. So that's the priority in order for us to keep us operational.
The airport's director says maintenance crews are being rotated day and night for plowing, de-icing, and more to ensure aircrafts land and depart safely and hopefully on time.
We have seen a number of delays and cancellations, but thankfully it has been somewhat minimal.
However, some travelers are still on edge, including Chris Worthman, who is hoping to catch Friday's Yankees game.
We traveled all the way from Canada to go to New York for the home opener tomorrow, so hopefully it's a once-in-a-lifetime trip for me, so hopefully we'll get there.
Airport officials say their top priority is safety.
Number one goal is obviously to keep a safe operation, and then at the same time making sure that we're meeting the needs of our tenants, air carriers, and try to continue the operation moving.
The airport will be continuing to monitor the storm very closely, and they recommend all travelers download their airline's app for all the latest updates and cancellations. In Bangor, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The storm causing a severe impact to travel conditions in the air and on the ground tonight. According to Vanessa Corson, the communications director for MEMA, until the storm completely passes, drivers are advised to stay off the roadways if possible and allow first responders and power crews the space to get their jobs done.
We're strongly recommending that people do not travel during the storm and then give the plow trucks time to clear the roadways after the storm has passed. In the event that you absolutely have to travel, make sure you have your emergency car kit ready. That can include a blanket, a shovel, an ice scraper, a flashlight with batteries, and some water.
Corson says during the storm, emergency rescuers might not be able to get to you right away.
Well, cleanup crews were prepared for today's weather, but it did put a temporary pause, of course, on their spring plans. Our David Ledford joined plow crews in Bangor as they tackled the storm.
Plows and salt spreaders hit the roads early Thursday in anticipation of the April nor'easter. Bangor's Director of Public Works, Aaron Hootery, says that's because planning starts long before the first snowflake hits the ground.
We went ahead and started pre-treating roads with a salt brine, and that just gives us a chance to stay ahead of the snow actually compacting and adhering to the pavement. We think our response to the storm has gone well because of that planning and preparation.
Prior to the storm, Hootery says the department was ready to look ahead to springtime projects.
The winter was absolutely not normal for our crews and not normal for the public, and we had kind of started looking ahead to the spring. We'd started planning out our paving projects, and here we are dealing with snow.
But they aren't the only ones who put their plans on hold because of the weather. Local landscapers say they didn't expect to still be doing snow removal this time of year because they would normally be transitioning to yard work.
We'd rather be doing some yard cleanup and doing some paving and getting stuff ready to roll for springtime. We thought we was, but Mother Nature had other plans for us.
Despite the change in plans, landscapers say the snowfall brings a welcome boost in business.
We was able to keep the guys all busy all winter, even though with the lack of snow, but we're making up for it the last few weeks here.
Public Works expects to shift back to springtime projects as soon as the snow melts. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The storm is another example of how powerful Mother Nature can truly be. Take a look at this picture we found on Bar Harbor and MDI Police Department's Facebook page. As you can see, the public pier is on its side. Rope is keeping it from moving any further. Along the coast, many communities may not have seen the high amounts of snowfall as in other places, but they were still battered with rain and wind. According to the Post, the Mount Desert Harbor Master has been notified.
Well, you see it all the time in the news, meteorologists and reporters tracking the storm out in the field. One Bucksport business owner provided their own twist on this timeless endeavor, let's put it that way. While clearing the snow out in front of the dairy port, owner Colin Meshi looked around and thought of a new and creative way to measure it.
Measuring stick here. And looks like we've got right about a small amount of snow. I was just kind of measuring up how much accumulation we had, and to me it looked like about the size of a small cone. So the thought just popped in my head to stick a cone in there and see if I was right.
Looked like a small chocolate twist, to be exact. Well, since the video was uploaded on the Dairy Port's Facebook page, his one-of-a-kind weather report garnered almost 30,000 views. No surprise there. The video not only brought attention to the shop being open, but it also resulted in customers taking on the elements and stopping by for a quick scoop or twist. Two of those brave souls included the town's mayor and deputy mayor, who donned Hawaiian shirts and colorful shorts while the snow continued to fall. Now, while some people's first ice cream cone of the year may be a forgettable experience, Meshi agrees if stopping by the Dairy Port in the middle of a snowstorm was your first cone or dish in 2024, hopefully it resulted in a cherished memory.
Definitely a time to make memories that it might not be what we would want weather-wise, but it's kind of exciting. It makes it a little more fun, I think.
Well, by the end of the night, when asked what size cone the snow is now, Meshid said somewhere between a medium and a large. I have no doubt of that. And I will point out, if you choose to have your first cone where it's still kind of chilly out, at least you have the advantage of it not melting all over your hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look on the bright side.
Yes.
But a great estimation there, now going from a small to a medium or large. And where else but here in Maine can you go and get a cone in the middle of a snowstorm?
Yeah, I'd actually like to see a charter graph of some kind as well to follow up, maybe at the end of the storm.
Indeed.
All right.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Bangor police make an arrest in connection to a fatal shooting earlier this week.
We'll have the latest on their investigation when we come back.
Comfort Shoes and More is your destination for all of your spring and summer footwear essentials. We have trained podorthists on site, and our friendly, caring, and knowledgeable staff will make sure you are fitted with the proper footwear that is perfect for you.
The OrthoFeed hands-free sneaker is engineered for comfort.
We have many new sandal styles from Hoka, Teva, Power Step, Stride, and more. Come visit Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to find the perfect shoes for you.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
If you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms tried to take control, I got rapid relief and reduced fatigue with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares kept trying to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when my doctor saw damage, Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
For both UC and Crohn's, rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. From the heavens! All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, all the latest on those storm impacts on household electricity. We'll hear from the electric companies on their response, Versant and CMP. Plus, we'll check in with certain municipalities over snow removal efforts. This and any breaking news, plus that full forecast coming up on Good Morning Maine.
New developments in a Bangor homicide investigation. Bangor police have arrested a suspect in a fatal shooting that took place early Tuesday morning on Highland Avenue. Detectives arrested 20-year-old Olivia Babin of Bangor as a result of their investigation. Babin was charged with manslaughter and taken to the Penobscot County Jail. Police also identified the shooting victim as 24-year-old Daniel Ford Coates of Bangor. Police say Coates was pronounced dead at a local hospital after he was found with a gunshot wound on Highland Ave shortly after 4 a.m. on Tuesday. The investigation remains ongoing.
Well, today, Maine Congresswoman Shelley Pingree announced $15 million for the Efficiency Maine Green Bank to support energy loans. The funds come from a grant from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's National Clean Investment Fund. Now, those organizations awarded the grants will create a national clean financing network for clean energy and climate solutions across different sectors, ensuring communities have access to the capital they need to participate in and benefit from a cleaner, more sustainable economy. In a statement, Representative Pingree said, quote, "Green banks have proven to be instrumental in our transition to a clean energy economy, supporting renewable energy technology investments and deployment across the country. This considerable investment for the Efficiency Maine Green Bank will not only help Mainers save on their home energy costs, but will help propel our communities towards a more sustainable future," end quote.
And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, Israel's prime minister is under fire after a group of aid workers were killed by an Israeli strike.
And we'll have the latest from Baltimore following the tragic bridge collapse there. We'll have those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Discover Griffin's, the other place, your go-to destination for unbeatable bargains. From unique treasures to budget-friendly finds, Griffin's has it all. Come shop Griffin's, the other place, and find your treasure today.
You're in the driver's seat. You choose what road to take. But soon, you'll be taking a back seat to big government because President Biden just banned most new gas-powered cars. They've made it clear it's their way or the highway, even if electric vehicles aren't right for you or your family. Call Senator King. Tell him to stop the car ban before it's too late. Don'tBanOurCars.com. Paid for by American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where we offer fun and affordable activities for all ages. Birthday parties, pottery wheel classes, painting lessons, or just for the fun of it. Get fired up for glazing projects as well as acrylics. We offer a wide selection of ceramic products for you to choose from, and we have thousands of pieces ready to paint. We are a Paragon kiln dealer and a Laguna Clay distributor. Stop by the Creative Arts Center today, located just off the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge in Brewer. The Creative Arts Center, where your only limitation is your imagination.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients' needs. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services, including but not limited to hot stone, sports, cupping, and prenatal massages. Looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain and stiffness or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Discover Griffin's, the other place, your go-to destination for unbeatable bargains. From unique treasures to budget-friendly finds, Griffin's has it all. Come shop Griffin's, the other place, and find your treasure today.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
In a tense call with Israel's Prime Minister, President Biden said America's support hinges on how Israel handles its war moving forward. Fox's Connor Hansen has more.
On the heels of an Israeli strike that killed 7 aid workers in Gaza, President Biden told Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu he has to take more steps to keep civilians safe. The White House has implied further aid to Israel could depend on it.
Too many civilians have been killed. And if we don't see those changes, well, then we're going to have to make some changes and decisions of our own.
Before the call, Netanyahu spoke to members of Congress, saying they are close to victory and that America's security depends on it too.
This is a battle between not only Israel and Hamas, but I would say the terror axis of Iran that seeks to put the Middle East back into the dark ages.
In public statements, Israeli officials are shifting the focus to Iran and not just its war with Hamas. Iran vowed revenge against Israel after a recent airstrike killed top Iranian officials in Syria.
Because if we don't eradicate Hamas, imagine what our enemies in Tehran, in Lebanon, in Syria, they would come against us. So that's why we are so determined to win this war.
While many in Congress are supporting Biden's hardened stance on Israel, others are doubling down on their support. Senator John Fetterman posted on social media, quote, "No conditions for Israel."
I think we've made our support loud and clear and on the record.
President Biden also called for a ceasefire and urged Netanyahu to wrap up hostage negotiations. The U.S. is still making it clear it supports Israel. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
And ahead of a visit by President Biden, the Baltimore area is working through difficult conditions to clear the channel in the city's harbor. Meanwhile, local leaders are also trying to help businesses while it's closed. We go back now to Fox's Connor Hansen for that story.
For their response and bravery, it is the Chief's honor to present these officers with the Chief's Award.
Police divers were honored for fearlessly searching the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge for victims in dark, dangerous conditions. They say they could still hear the unstable bridge and ship creaking and moving underwater in the Patapsco River. The bodies of 2 out of 6 victims were recovered.
And I can tell you on that day that the spirit that was present there of collaboration and caring, it was just tremendous.
Since then, salvage efforts have been made more complicated by bad weather, and divers are still dealing with a difficult and dangerous situation underwater.
That water is so murky that salvage divers cannot see any more than 1 to 2 feet in front of them.
Smaller passages have been opened up to get some supplies in and out of the port. Federal officials say on top of the reopening of the entire channel, they're already planning a replacement bridge and how to fund it.
I think we're going to have strong bipartisan support. This is a catastrophic event to an infrastructure that affects our nation.
With the Port of Baltimore still mostly closed, a variety of different businesses are feeling the economic ripple effect. The Small Business Administration is meeting with some of them and is now offering up to $2 million loans.
Businesses are telling us that obviously, first and foremost, they want to be able to continue to survive. They would like to find a way forward.
President Biden is visiting the site of the collapse Friday to meet with local leaders. The White House has said it expects the federal government to pay for a new bridge. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Health officials in at least 2 states are tracking outbreaks of tuberculosis, leading to tough questions about the state of public health in America. Fox's Garrett Tenney has more.
Another possible public health threat is emerging from migrant shelters in Chicago. Health officials here say they're tracking tuberculosis cases among recently arrived migrants. It's not clear exactly how many infections have been reported. The city health department says it's a, quote, small number impacting a few migrant facilities. And we also don't know exactly what type of TB it is, though it's thought to be latent, meaning it's not transmissible but will still result in a positive test.
We call this latent infection, where their immune system is able to keep that tuberculosis dormant or quiet for undefined period of time.
And this isn't the only state dealing with a possible outbreak. The Southern Nevada Health District is investigating an active TB case at an elementary school. Officials say they've notified close contacts that they could have been exposed, but at the moment they're stressing the infection appears to be contained.
But that latent tuberculosis can then reactivate to become active tuberculosis at some point in the future. But for folks with latent tuberculosis, they cannot transmit tuberculosis from person to person.
It comes as the CDC is reporting a major uptick in measles as well, with cases in Chicago driven largely by outbreaks in those migrant shelters. 17 states now have confirmed cases, prompting new warnings from doctors and health officials.
It's definitely something to worry about, to think about, and to be aware that we are getting more measles than we used to.
The CDC says the number of TB cases in 2023 were the highest in over a decade. In Chicago, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Overseas now in Taiwan, it is a race against the clock to rescue people trapped by Wednesday's deadly earthquake. The 7.4 magnitude quake killed at least 10 people, as more than 1,000 have been reported injured. Fox's Greg Palcott has the latest from London.
Deep in Taiwan's Taroko National Park, rescuers searched Thursday for dozens of people missing. Further north, Taiwan's National Fire Agency estimates hundreds more are still stranded, stuck in a hotel in the mountainous tourist hotspot of Taroko Gorge.
The night was a terrible ordeal with aftershocks and tremors and rocks falling every few minutes.
The 7.4 magnitude quake, Taiwan's strongest earthquake in a quarter century, struck Hualien Wednesday morning, a busy tourist city on Taiwan's east coast and home to nearly 300,000 people.
In my mind, I'm only concerned about our guests.
At this local hostel, several guests are still missing. Officials estimating at least 100 buildings were damaged in the quake, causing landslides and strong aftershocks. In Taiwan's capital, national leaders briefed on the damage pledged support. As the number of casualties is expected to rise and more aftershocks are expected in the next several days.
We are on all-out alert. We will work through this.
Taiwan's government has since thanked the international community for its sympathy and concern, but blasted China, calling its efforts to speak on Taiwan's behalf as, quote, shameless. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is joining foreign ministers from around the world to celebrate NATO's 75th anniversary, but it's not clear what the future holds. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson has more.
It's a birthday party for the world's most powerful military alliance, NATO, marking 75 years since its founding, the original group of 12 nations more than doubling over the years to 32 members today. The treaty was signed in Washington in 1949 with the goal of providing collective defense in Europe and North America. And that goal has been largely met, with no major attacks on member states since the end of World War II.
For us, war is not inevitable. We do not believe that there are blind tides of history which sweep men one way or another.
But the anniversary comes as NATO faces some of its biggest challenges, including the war on Ukraine. The alliance has been providing arms and support to the Ukrainian military, but that effort has been hampered by divisions on Capitol Hill over whether to keep funding the war. Though some experts point out a strong NATO has always been the best defense against Russian aggression.
Tear down this wall. Reagan was able to say that and win the Cold War because he had the NATO alliance at his back. Ronald Reagan would see the criticality of giving the aid to Ukraine.
Top officials from NATO member states are now working on a plan to increase support for Ukraine, while also stressing the alliance will continue to expand despite ongoing threats from Moscow.
Ukraine will become a member of NATO. We will see, I think, in the summit, very strong support for Ukraine going forward.
And NATO's planning an even bigger celebration here in the nation's capital during a summit in July. In Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, concerns are brewing over the rise of deep fake AI technology. We'll have details.
And Hamden Academy Boys Lacrosse is entering the program's second year, and they're ready to make some noise. We'll be right back.
PDQ Door presents CHI Doors. CHI Doors are tough, dependable, engineered for fit and function. CHI Doors from PDQ Door, Hamden, Rockport, Bath, Waterville, Holton, Presque Isle, and PDQDoor.com.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Great Scott! This is Green Bay 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Hey Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Chase's Family Restaurant and Hideaway Lounge or from Chick-fil-A. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick'em Red Sox is sponsored by Blind Faith Tattoo, Bangor, K&M Auto, Holden, Old Town Redemption Center, and Twin City Tile Brewer.
Saturdays, baseball's best are back on Fox. You're having way too much fun. Where MVPs are VIPs and aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei, and Acuna's at it again. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slams. It's gone! The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball, all season long.
Always standing ready to answer the call to service. Service your garage door. PDQ Door. PDQDoor.com.
As the use of artificial intelligence escalates, we're seeing more scams using so-called deepfake technology, leading to new efforts to determine exactly what's real and what's fake. Fox's Evan Brown has more from Miami.
As the use of artificial intelligence escalates, we're seeing more scams using so-called deepfake technology, leading to a renewed effort to fight back. But with AI getting more sophisticated every day, how can the general public tell the difference between what is real and what is fake? Experts say at the moment, the biggest red flag is AI's lack of knowledge about the physical world, which can often lead to manipulated images that couldn't really exist without the technology.
All our previous knowledge of how to detect modified images is out the window, and we have to start looking for things that are just lacking in general knowledge about the world.
But there's also a growing acknowledgement that it is now virtually impossible to spot most deepfakes, prompting companies like OtherWeb to develop new models of detection, with AI battling AI to help determine what is real online.
We are going into the territory of actually verifying certain things, and you eliminate that layer of misinformation or low-quality information.
Ultimately, most experts agree that a new verification system is needed, and everyday web users can't be expected to become deepfake experts.
We have to be very skeptical, at least while we are in this transition period, where it's really difficult to know what is true. We just have to assume it's false.
The market for deepfake detection technology was worth more than $5 billion last year. They expect that to triple in the next 2 years. In Miami, Evan Brown, Fox News.
Thousands of people flock to the nation's capital every spring to see the iconic cherry blossoms. Visitors will be greeted by fewer of those trees for the next few years. Fox's Rebecca Castor tells us why.
They draw crowds from near and far every year.
I love seeing all the cherry blossoms. They're all so different, and it's just beautiful to see everything.
The famous Yoshino cherry trees have greeted onlookers around Washington's tidal basin for more than 100 years. But in a few weeks, more than 150 of them will be coming down.
That's actually a big reason why we came today, because we knew that this is the last year to see these trees.
One of the trees coming down is Stumpy, a favorite among many who visit the cherry blossoms each year. And this is why. The water from the Potomac River is flooding over the seawall, which means they need to repair it. And bringing in all that construction equipment means that some of the trees will have to go.
Every day, twice a day during high tide, the water comes over the seawall, causes erosion, inundates the tree roots of the cherry trees, threatens the sidewalk and infrastructures.
The National Park Service says the seawall has sank as much as 5 feet in places since it was built more than a century ago and is no longer structurally sound. But the 3-year, $113 million rehab project will strengthen and raise the height of the wall, ensuring the cherry blossoms endure for generations to come.
This is a short-term inconvenience, a short-term effect for a solution that is going to give us the next 100 years a healthy environment for these trees to grow in.
National Park officials say 274 new cherry blossom trees will be planted as part of the project, and work should be completed just in time for the 250th anniversary of American independence in 2026. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Well, as high-paying trade jobs go unfilled, Gen Z is coming to the rescue. Many students are foregoing college and skyrocketing tuition and headed for other options, including trade schools. Fox's Mike Emanuel has the story.
A new trend in education as members of Generation Z are going back to traditional trade work. From fall 2022 to fall 2023, the number of students enrolled in vocational-based community colleges increased 16%. Jessica Varney just finished her apprenticeship as a pipe fitter last May and says she hears complaints from peers.
College is expensive. I want to work with my hands, and I want to learn something that I can actually use.
Zach Capriati got his start out of high school working at a mechanic shop and saw opportunity.
The overall industry of tradesman work is lacking people. There's a high demand for people right now, high demand of work.
A big issue right now is a number of prominent universities such as Yale, Harvey Mudd, Boston University, and the University of Miami are now costing more than $90,000 per year. College advocates note there are cheaper options and cite studies showing that four-year degrees may lead to career contentment.
They find that workers who have that degree tend to be broadly more satisfied.
One expert says those who work in trades may max out their earnings early unless they become the boss.
If you're going to go to a trade school, unless you're going to start a small business or something like that, then you are putting some limits probably on your lifetime earnings.
But with concerns about the growth of AI, another expert suggests trade jobs are likely to last long term.
Trade schools definitely offer more job security right now because there's a lot of unknowns with artificial intelligence, and you don't want to invest in a career track with a degree program where you don't even know if you're going to have a job by the time you graduate.
The White House says college should be affordable for those who want to attend, but at many of the nation's private colleges and universities, that is getting more out of reach. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
And we certainly know how much Maine values its skilled workers.
Yeah.
And, we've been hearing the call for more skilled tradesmen and women pretty much for years now.
Yeah, so glad to see there is an influx of young people entering that field.
Yeah, love to see the interest.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, we'll have all the details in our full forecast.
The rain and snow showers out there now will linger through tonight, through tomorrow, through Saturday into Sunday morning, but then it gets good. Then it gets really good for the eclipse on Monday. More on that when I come back.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint Chip with a rich fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 10 flavors.
Welcome to 207 Wellness, where transformation begins from within. Embark on a journey of self-betterment with our comprehensive services from weight management to IV hydration, vitamin supplementation, and neurotoxin injections. 207 Wellness is here to support your wellness goals. Take the first step toward a healthier, happier you, rejuvenate your body, refresh your mind, and reclaim your vitality with 207 Wellness. Transform your wellness, transform your life. Give us a call today.
On April 8th, Maine will experience a total solar eclipse. ABC7 and Fox 22 will have team coverage throughout the day from Holton, Jackman, Millinocket, and Lincoln, and have a live special on ABC7 from 2 to 4 p.m. as the path of totality moves across our state. ABC7 and Fox 22 is your home for the Maine eclipse.
Eclipse coverage sponsored by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success.
What I want you to hear today is we're there to listen. We also understand that this is a really hard step to take. And so we're going to help guide you. We're going to listen. You can call us anytime 24/7. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you need, and we're going to try our best to help fill those gaps as to where you're having barriers or you're meeting challenges. We just hope you call.
It could change the course of their lives forever. Oh, you are a gift.
All right, rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow out there for tonight through tomorrow into tomorrow night and Saturday. A long duration event is on the way. Mostly snow today, more rain and snow across the region for tomorrow. Lots of breaks in the action currently. The darker color blue is heavier snow. But again, we'll get waves of this tonight into tomorrow and then turning over to mostly rain by this time tomorrow night and then rain through much of the day on Saturday. But here it is, a big system for sure. Lots of energy, lots of moisture. This thing has ties to the tropics still with a line here down to Cuba. But overall, it will pull out of here eventually, but probably not anytime soon with that rain and snow ongoing tonight and through probably Sunday morning. It's also windy. This is a problem, right? With inches of snow out there tonight, the heavy wet snow in the trees, wind gusts near 40 miles per hour. That's causing power concerns across our region for this evening. Now, the winds will begin to come down tonight in throughout the day tomorrow as well, but overall kind of a windy stretch of weather is on the way. It's already here, likely to linger into Sunday morning around here if the low finally pulls out of here and we get some nicer weather. All right, behind this system, though, looking at still windy conditions through Sunday. All right, here it is now, that rain-snow mix across our region for tonight. Here's 3 o'clock in the morning, looking at rain-snow mix. 11 o'clock, rain-snow mix. Midday-ish, tomorrow evening, 11 o'clock or so, rain-snow mix. And this thing does linger through Saturday into early parts of Sunday morning. So where this stays all snow, the snow will be heavy. Where it stays mostly rain, the rain will be heavy, leading to flood concerns across the area once again. But the whole thing finally gets out of here on Sunday morning, and then decreasing clouds, and then perfectly clear skies for eclipse viewing on Monday afternoon. We earned it right through this system across our area now. Snowfall looks like this. So 8 to 12 widespread across the region. Now, keep in mind, it's over 3-4 days here, right? So we're going to melt a lot of that too with that rain on top of the snow, making it very heavy, wet snow. Be sure to lift with your legs, not with your back, with that heavy snow out there for tonight. All right, the advisories are posted, and here's a winter storm warning through about midday-ish tomorrow before the rain changes over to snow. This is your tax dollars saying, hey, be careful out there. The roads are quite a mess across our region currently. Of course, temperatures are critical. We had low temperatures down below freezing. We rose above freezing throughout the afternoon, just barely though, making that snow really heavy and wet across our area. And here is the eclipse, right, coming in on Monday. Right now the forecast is still holding with nice clear skies across our neck of the woods on Monday afternoon. Our forecast though for tonight though is rain, snow, and wind out there. Low temperatures down near 32, so right at freezing with that gusty northeast wind. For tomorrow, all right, rain, snow, and wind again. Breaks in the action as well. A bit warmer, so more rain tomorrow than snow with high temperatures up near 37. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows the story. So rain, snow tomorrow, mostly rain on Saturday, some rain showers on Sunday morning, otherwise cloudy. And then here it is on Monday, eclipse day Monday, mostly sunny with high temperatures in the 50s.
Alrighty, and there it is.
Yep, so a lot more activity on the way, but
Yeah.
some good news towards the end of that forecast.
Yeah, we're glad things are clearing out, at least for Sunday. All right.
All right, well, sports is coming up next. Stay with us, everyone.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Comfort Shoes and More is your destination for all of your spring and summer footwear essentials. We have trained podorthists on site, and our friendly, caring, and knowledgeable staff will make sure you are fitted with the proper footwear that is perfect for you. The OrthoFeed hands-free sneaker is engineered for comfort. We have many new sandal styles from Hoka, Teva, Power Step, Stride, and more. Come visit Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to find the perfect shoes for you.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hello, Crapopolis! From creator Dan Harmon comes TV's #1 new comedy. How did I live without this? Critics call it funny and naughty and delightfully twisted.
What is it with all the yelling? You woke me up, and I was underneath a mountain of bodies.
Join civilization's first family in a comedy that doesn't quit.
We can't quit now. We have to evolve society to the point where women find hot men boring.
Crapopolis, all new Sundays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Hamden Academy Boys Lacrosse made their debut as a varsity program last year, and they are back for another shot in 2024 with equal enthusiasm and even more drive. Ryan Sudol has more.
They identify so heavily with it that it's part of who they are now, and they're able to make a name for Hamden.
Pretty good culture for a program in its infancy. Hamden Academy Boys Lacrosse is back for their second season and ready to make some noise.
We played some tough teams, and I think this year, similar schedule, and I think we're going to surprise some teams this year.
The Broncos went 6-8 in their inaugural year, and those 6 wins came from a type of chemistry and compete level rare for a team that new.
I was certainly able to just learn how to work with each other, trust each other, and how to win.
We might not have been as skilled as the other teams, but we played up to their level and we could compete with them. And it's just about putting in the work and doing what other teams aren't willing to do.
The Broncos struggled with penalties last year and are doing much better with just 1 penalty across their 3 scrimmages last weekend. That and an improved offense come from just relaxing.
People would get in our offensive zone and just want to shoot. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm here, I'm going to shoot. This year it's more about control and let's take our time. Don't necessarily take the first shot, take the best shot.
But the biggest positive for this year is something that hasn't changed. Last year, 50 kids came out to play, and most of them are coming back.
I think it just shows how much the kids really love the sport, you know, like what us experienced guys showed to these younger guys, and just having them fall in love with the sport like we did.
Next stop, the playoffs. It would not just be a huge accomplishment for a team in its second season, but for the region. It's rare to get 2 or even 1 Northern Maine team representing Class A.
Northern Maine is not what everyone makes it out to be. You know, we can compete with the South. It's about showing everyone what we're made of.
It's time to show what the greater Bangor area has for lacrosse. We need to be dealt with, and we're a concern.
In Hamden, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Let's head down to the Expo now, where for the second straight year, the Maine Celtics hosting a playoff game. Seas taking on the defending champs, the Delaware Blue Coats. Snowstorm didn't stop some fans showing up. Celtics out to a good start. Look at J.D. Davis in the alley-oop to Jordan Walsh for the slam. Moving on to the second quarter now, Blue Coats coming back. That's URI alum Jeff Doughton Jr. knocking down a tough jumper. And then it's Ricky Council IV with a tough move to the bucket to tie the game. Blue Coats would lead by 2 at the half, but in the second half, DJ Stewart would catch fire. Knocks down a 3-ball right there. And then here he is hitting Kyler Kelly for the nice slam. Really good feed right there. And finally, stops, pops, and drains this mid-range jumper. The Celtics erase an 11-point deficit. And here is Stewart with the knockout punch. 18 off the bench for the Duke alum. Celtics head to the conference finals. They win 119-112. Their first playoff win in 7 years.
You know, fun to do it on our home court in front of our fans, and seasons worth of effort and energy and sacrifice from these guys.
All right, let's go to the baseball diamond now. Beautiful baseball weather we are having, right? Thankfully, the Red Sox starting their season on the West Coast, and just like the weather out there, Sox pretty hot to start the year. Despite the lack of spending in the offseason to add to a last-place team or near last-place team from 2023, Sox have began 2024 on a real high note. 5-2 in their first 7 games. They started in Seattle, split a 4-game series there with 1 loss in extra innings. Finished a sweep of the Oakland A's on Wednesday behind some great pitching and defense from Nick Pivetta on the mound. And it hasn't just been Pivetta on the mound. After the game, manager Alex Cora giving credit to the starting pitching for the team's early success.
You know, those 5 innings are very important. You know, we always talk about the bullpen, all of that. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the bullpen is awesome in October. You can be creative and use guys in different spots. But for us to win series, to win the week and keep going, they got to go 5.
Sox are off Thursday. They take their 4-game winning streak to the Los Angeles Angels on Friday. First pitch, 9:40 p.m. Let's stay on the diamond now and head a little bit south to Hadlock Field. The Sea Dogs played on, say, Tuesday. It would have been a beautiful day for their home opener. Unfortunately, that is not the case. The Dogs still scheduled to open up the 2024 season Friday night at Hadlock Field, although that will most likely change. Earlier Thursday, the field a sea of white, as most of the state was, as heavy snow continued to fall. Team president Jeff Iacusa says a decision will be made regarding the opener early Friday. The Dogs are scheduled to open up a 3-game series against the Hartford Yard Goats. The good news is the field was already ahead of schedule, but the bad news, because it's been a warm winter, the field's still very soft.
There's only so much you can do mechanically as far as manually moving the snow or getting equipment out there. So, you know, once we have a final count tomorrow, we'll have a better idea. Also being able to look at what the forecast is going to be tomorrow through the weekend and get an idea. We're hopeful we can play this weekend, but obviously this sets us back a little bit.
When all of this clears and the Sea Dogs do take the field, they will have one of the top rosters in the entire Eastern League. So looking forward to that. That is all the time we have for sports, though. We'll be right back after the break.
Toyota has more hybrid all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand, like the RAV4 Hybrid with up to a 566-mile total driving range. See your New England Toyota dealer, your hybrid all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
When Electrify Maine wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Electrify Maine provides outstanding electrical services to eastern and central Maine. They are a licensed Generac dealer specializing in generator and heat pump installs. Call today for a free estimate.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients' needs. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services, including but not limited to hot stone, sports, cupping, and prenatal massages. Looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain and stiffness or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
If you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms tried to take control, I got rapid relief and reduced fatigue with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares kept trying to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when my doctor saw damage, Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
For both UC and Crohn's, rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
I smoked a pack a day for 45 years. When my doctor suggested lung cancer screening, I wasn't sure I wanted to know the results.
If you're age 55 or older and smoke now or smoked heavily in the past, ask your provider if lung cancer screening is right for you.
When my first screening came up clear, what a relief.
A new test can find it earlier when treatment is more successful.
I quit smoking a few years ago, but I plan on being screened every year.
Watch and win.
One word left.
Shopping.
Shopping cart.
Boom. Every weekday.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
The Matrix franchise expands, Suits co-stars unite, and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all of the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Allow me to welcome you to the Dead Boy Detective Agency.
Ghostly detectives investigate, Suits stars reunite, and the Matrix saga continues in the Hollywood nation.
It's so easy to forget how much noise the Matrix pumps into your head.
The Matrix film series is expanding. A 5th movie is in the works at Warner Brothers, with Drew Goddard on board to write and direct the next installment. Franchise co-creator Lana Wachowski, who helmed Resurrections, is on board to executive produce. No word on if any key cast members, such as Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, will be returning.
Skip the introductions and jump right to the suing.
Suits co-stars Patrick J. Adams and Sarah Rafferty are re-teaming for a new project. According to Deadline, the series stars will co-host a SiriusXM Rewatch podcast, where they will discuss episodes, offer behind-the-scenes stories, and details about the making of the hit USA Network show.
Lock me up in the
Artists releasing new music. Grammy-winning rock band Imagine Dragons dropped their single Eyes Closed, along with the music video. The group plans to release more tunes this year. And John Oates, co-creator of the iconic pop-rock duo Hall & Oates, announced his new solo album Reunion will be out May 17th and also release the title track. Today's First Looks features George Rextrew and Jaden Reverie fighting off supernatural spirits. The duo star in the screen adaptation of Dead Boy Detectives, about two best friends who are ghosts working together along with their crew to help solve paranormal cases in the mortal realm. The 8-episode show premieres on Netflix April 25th.
Did you guys know zombies are real?
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, at this point, just about everyone has a plan to view the total solar eclipse on Monday, but when this storm was forecasted, it may have had some of us questioning if our destinations would be covered in snow. Well, here's a live look from Holton tonight. The town square will be one busy place throughout the weekend and on Monday when the sun and moon cross paths. Officials there say this storm thankfully won't affect any plans there.
It's set back a few things in terms of putting some signage out and that sort of thing. But, you know, we deal with snow. We know how to deal with snow. It's not going to be, it'll be a little hiccup.
Well, a reminder for you, ABC 7 and Fox 22 is your station for the solar eclipse coverage of 2024. We'll have crews spread out all over Maine to catch the best pictures and stories from Mainers as they watch this once-in-a-lifetime event. So make sure to tune in Monday to our special coverage kicking off at 2 p.m.
And while thousands of eyes will be looking skyward for a few minutes on Monday, some kids in the Bangor region will be spending the whole day celebrating the eclipse. Bangor is not in the path of totality, but the city's Parks and Rec department is making sure kids in their after-school program also have a memorable experience.
We made party bags for the kids, which has their glasses, a solar eclipse pin, and a lot of moon pies and sun chips and eclipse gum and starbursts. So we have a music playlist. We want to make it into an experience for the kids.
Well, the department will also spend April 8th teaching kids about the eclipse and its history. Any kids from pre-K through 5th grade who take part in the department's after-school programs are welcome to attend. So literally everyone has a plan.
Yep, which is
All
great
right.
to hear because it's going to be quite the spectacle.
Right, we're certainly looking forward to bringing that event to you for sure.
Yes.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks, from everyone here at Fox 22. Take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.